pleasure to attend this sustainable diplomacy forum. This forum has been meeting as sharing ideas on strategies and the implementation with multiple stakeholders can facilitate very smooth implementation of the sustainable development goals in time. And currently, according to the Sustainable Goals Report of 2024 of the United Nations, only 17% of the SDG targets are being implemented as planned, while 1/3 is either a third or even regressing. Concerns are growing that it might be difficult to achieve most of the goals by the target year of 2030. The implementation of the SDGs has been held back due to multiple crises, including the COVID-19 pandemic, global security instability, divergent views on implementation, and the decline of the rule-based international order. Moreover, Russia's invasion of Ukraine and the military conflict in the Middle East aggravated the energy and food security and disrupted the global supply chains. The efforts to reduce absolute poverty has been stymied, and the extreme poverty living on less than $2 a day accounts for 9.2% of the world's population. Over 100 million people were forced into migration, the largest number recorded in history. It has also diverted resources away and undermined institutional capacity, which are essential to achieve the SDGs. The Republic of Korea also faces some constraints as well in SDG implementation. The SDG Implementation Report 2024 of Korea shows that on one hand, social safety net has steadily expanded, with expenditures in education, health, and other social welfare exceeding 50% of our national government budget. Youth unemployment has been on the decrease. Income inequality narrowed down. Official development assistance, ODA, has been expanded. On the other hand, the decline in the academic ability of middle and high school students as of the pandemic era has not yet shown signs of full recovery, and there are still income disparities by gender, age, and region. Under this circumstance, we have to review multi-faceted and multi-layered efforts to implement the SDGs in time. In order to forge ahead in this direction, the government of the Republic of Korea is focusing on three approaches. First, we are taking an integral approach of the Human Development Peace Nexus, in short, HDP Nexus. We have to pursue a sustainable development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. In this context, we believe that development without peace and the peace without development are not possible, and that peace and development could cross-fertilize each other, and the peace and development in tandem can further consolidate the core democratic values, including human rights. This year, Korea makes continued efforts to implement this HDP Nexus by hosting the third summit for democracy, the Korea-Africa Summit. We are also contributing to consolidate global peace and stability as a non-permanent member of the UN Security Council. In addition, we have been expanding development cooperation to achieve the SDGs as well. Our ODA policy focuses on those areas where Korea has an edge, such as digitalization and response to climate change. In particular, carbon neutrality is not just an environmental issue, but has emerged as an economic, social, and security issues. To tackle with this issue, we have increased green finance to encourage voluntary participation from the private sector as well. The governments, businesses, and the civil society should work together to foster innovation and achieve zero carbon emissions by 2050. Second, we are fostering public and private partnership. Getting private sectors and NGOs on board is very much essential to reach the target. Strengthen cooperation with major stakeholders, including civil society, academia, and private businesses, will increase the availability of resources, improve the effective use of resources, and will contribute to enhancing policy and operational coherence. One example is the promotion of the ESG, environment, social, and governance policy with the private enterprises. Many giant Korean businesses recognize that both the ESG policy and SDGs play a complementary role, and that it helps to realize their vision for sustainable growth and expansion. Third, Korea has been playing the role of a facilitator in bringing developed and developing countries together based on our own unique experience in industrialization and democratization. In this context, Korea has been a green leader to support developing countries in adapting and mitigating climate change. We are also contributing to the digital transformation of developing countries as pledged by our President at the UN General Assembly and G20 Summit last year. Consequently, Korea decided to donate an additional $300 million to the Green Climate Fund to support countries most vulnerable to climate change. My government announced that also the digital bill of rights last year and helping bridge the digital gap between countries to improve human welfare. We also very actively leading discussions on AI global governance to respond to the new risks and threats, to share the benefits of new technologies, hosting the AI Summit, Seoul Summit in May, and the responsible AI in the military domain, RIM Summit, in coming September. Dear guests, Republic of Korea has exerted efforts to strengthen multilateralism so that the international community can mobilize all its resources to produce tangible results in achieving the SDGs. In light of these efforts, we also strengthen company cooperations with Romania, our very valuable strategic partner. During President Yuan's official visit to Korea last April, our two leaders reaffirmed the commitment to promote the 2030 agenda together to support international efforts to achieve the SDGs. Both presidents also agreed to strengthen cooperation in the areas of health, energy, environment, economic growth, climate change, and infrastructure, which are very much integral to sustainable development. I hope that today's forum and opening of the chambers for sustainable development diplomacy with other states will make substantial, sizable contribution to Romania's efforts to achieve the SDGs. Vă mulțumesc!